I'm Dani Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Wednesday, August 28th. I'm your host, Dani Gurry. I have to have a little chuckle on YouTube. Nikki commented, Frederick has its own morning show now. We're like a real city. Yeah, we are, Nikki. Thank you. Welcome. We are like a real city, but not with all that crazy stuff, just with the good stuff, for sure. All right, want to take a look at what we are doing today on Hump Day. All right, we've got some giveaways coming up for you as always. And of course, what's happening in Frederick. It is the most fantabulous calendar in the whole wide world. Trust me, I've spent hours and hours. This is why I know no one will ever do what I'm doing here, is taking all the events from all the calendars, the library, Weinberg, New Spire Arts, Downtown Frederick Partnership, Celebrate Frederick, Visit Frederick. I'm taking all of those and putting it in one place so you can see it all. Now, it is a Google Calendar, so not so great, I guess, image-wise. However, really great to see what is happening every single day with links so that you can find out more information. All right, so one of these days, maybe I will figure out how to make it, look like a pretty calendar. But right now it's functional and everything is in one place. All right, I talked to local author Julie Castillo today. She wrote a book called Long Man's Pillow. And I know it sounds like a weird title, but now that she's told me why it is called that, it sounds perfectly fine to me right now. And she launches this Saturday with a book launch party. I also talked with Dilley from the station. Now, I talked to her while she was still under construction about 10 days ago. They are now open. They did a soft opening last week. She assures me that they're going to, they're just trying to feel things out and get things going. But we will talk with her about her ideas of what the station is all about. And Meghan Sweigart from Tech Frederick joins me today to tell me a little bit about how it is to be an executive director of a tech company when you're not very techy, but she's got some amazing other skills. And if you want to have a good time in downtown Frederick in Baker Park, the Tech Frederick Games are coming in October, and she tells me all about them. I am definitely going to be there for that because it looks and sounds amazing. Now, I have been there previously. I was in a promotional capacity, but didn't spend too much time down there. So I might participate or volunteer. All right, subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, we are so close to 1,000. I would love to get to 800 by Monday. Think we can do that? I can with your help. Today, ask a friend or two to subscribe to YouTube. First of all, just say, hey, have you heard of Good Morning Frederick? We have a TV show. We have a show that's all about, well, not TV. You know what I mean. We have a show that's all about Frederick. Like Nikki, people are still discovering Good Morning Frederick. For those of you that have been here since day one, I know it seems ridiculous, right? You'd think everybody would know by now. That's what I'm working on. That's what my marketing brain is working on. We are trying to get to that tipping point, but we are riding the wave, my friends. We are riding the wave. We're getting very close to more and more people finding out that we have our own show. All right, and if you need to tell somebody, if somebody says, oh, what's that all about? Well, it's all about you, Frederick. Yeah, the people, the community, the happenings, the great stuff that makes our community awesome. All right, don't forget about the podcast. If you're in your car and just want to listen, you can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeart, and other platforms. Good Morning Frederick merch, including the new 100 show shirts, are at the home of everything Frederick. Now, we are that shop, which is at 401 North Market Street, is open Thursdays to Sundays, okay? Now, when you purchase Good Morning Frederick merch, stickers, magnets, tumblers, hats, t-shirts, proceeds from now through December are going to be donated to Christmas Cash for Kids. Okay, so you get some awesome merch, Christmas Cash for Kids, and kids in Frederick get a great Christmas this year because of you. So there you go. Do good. And in support of another local nonprofit, you know me, I love to support as many as possible. We are collecting for Sleep in Heavenly Peace. We need twin-sized sheet sets, blankets, comforters, pillows, all of that, new only. And you can drop them at the home of Everything Frederick. So here, do this. Go shop. I mean, even if you go find it on clearance at Walmart or Ollie's or whatever, it doesn't have to be fancy schmancy. It just has to be new. So go pick yourself up some of that stuff, okay, twin size. And then you're going to hold on to it. You're going to head to the home of Everything Frederick starting on Thursday, tomorrow. And you're going to pick up your Good Morning Frederick t-shirt while you're there. And then, look, you're done and done, all right? You're helping the community in so many ways by just doing that. All right. And I have something I'm going to talk to Chris about in a little bit that I saw on TikTok. And I'd love to get your feedback on this. Maybe I'm old and I have a different thought process than many people, but I'd like to see what you guys think about it. So that's coming up too when I get Chris Michaels on the show for your news, weather, and sports. You know what? Actually, I don't even have him in the rundown, do I? Ha! All right. I got to include that in the rundown. Chris Michaels is going to be here with your news, weather, and sports. That's kind of the first thing that happens right after we get the show started, which is right now. Well, our little show here in Frederick would not be possible without We Help You Move. Whether you're moving across the street or somewhere around the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts make that whole thing easy. We Help You Move is veteran-owned and a supporter of the Frederick community. All right, we're going to find out what's happening with news, weather, and sports. Bob Miller is off on vacation, but I have Chris Michaels here with some hopefully not so terrible news. He's from WFMD's Morning News Express. Let's bring him on. Good morning.
Hey, I got news for you. Bob Miller's been off for the past 30 years, okay? Nothing's changed. I'm just kidding, Bob, if you're watching.
Yeah, you only say that when he can't do anything about it.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get fired from my main job. My main job, people ask me, Chris, what's your main job on the Morning News Express? Is to be on air? I say, no, my main job is to wash Bob Miller's car and shine his shoes. That's what I do.
You're there to keep everybody straight and on time. That's what you're there to do.
And to deliver bad news. To make to make them seem like their lives so much better by giving bad news from other people's lives. That's basically what I'm here for. But I do miss Bob. Bob is on a much deserved vacation for a couple of weeks. So
yeah, very nice. End of summer, we're kicking off before the fall. Very good. Yes, we should all be like Bob and take some time off when we need it. So it's all good.
So before I get to news, I got a quick question for you, Dani. Okay?
Yeah.
I really want to know, what type of friend are you? What do I mean by that? There's different types of friends. There's type A, type B, type C, and type D. This is what we call radio show prep. And I read this on air today because I was curious of what different types are. Well, the type A friend is the overly responsible one. You kind of plan and organize everything, have a sense of urgency, and make sure things like vacations don't fall apart. Type B, you'd give someone the shirt off your back, hopefully not while the camera's on, obviously. But if you need to, you could be forgetful, leave stuff behind, and your phone is always dead. those type of people that never have a charged phone. Like my wife, when I try to call her phone's never charged. Type C friend, you're organized like type A, but a little more neurotic, most likely to bow out of things other people want to do. One of those type of people that doesn't, if somebody asks you want to go do something, like, nah, no, thanks. Type D is you're annoyed a lot, prone to confrontation. That's definitely not you. I know that's not you. That might be more like Bob. No, I'm just kidding. Have a twisted sense of humor, and you might be into weird stuff like crystals and astrology. So which type are you?
I mean, I think I'm a combo of some of those because here's the thing, okay? I am definitely type A, 100%. I'm a little bit of B. For my very close friends, I will literally do anything at any time. You can call and count on me. I will be there. A little like C because as much as I love to do stuff, right? I am literally, and I know people have a very hard time to believe this, but I'm an introvert. So I don't like I feel uncomfortable, not that I don't like. I'm uncomfortable going places where I don't have a purpose. So if I'm somewhere working, I can go anywhere, talk to anybody. I can speak in front of thousands of people. If I walk into a party of 12 people and I don't really know anyone, that is horrifying to me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. It's terrible. So sometimes I do bow out of things, even though I want to do them, because I don't have a purpose.
See, I would say you're more of a type B because knowing you, how much you love the community, I would say you would definitely be the type to give the shirt off your back to help somebody. And I think that's been proven, while you do this. I think I'm more of a type A. I'm very responsible, too much so to where my wife gets mad at me. Like literally when we go on vacations, I'm planning every single little thing.
That's my husband. I think that's control freakish. That's got to try to control everything.
So, the only question is your cell phone always dead? Then, you definitely be a type B Fred. And I don't think it is because when I text you, you always respond back to me. So,
Oh, my cell phone is always charged. My gas tank is always full. My daughter and my husband have like contests to see how low they can get their mileage to before they fill up. Me, if it's below a quarter tank, I'm filling up. I am not. Yeah, I don't play that game.
Well, first of all, my wife doesn't gas up the car. I gas up all the cars. It's just one of those things where I was raised, and I hope this doesn't sound sexist. If it does, I apologize. But I was raised that your wife should never have to gas up the car.
Oh, that's so sweet. My neighbor, Scott Kaufman, does that. He not only fills their cars up, he details them for his wife and his daughters.
Oh, great. Now she's going to expect me to detail her car every day.
He does. Every week he takes it and cleans it. And his one daughter just got married, and he still does it for her.
I would do the same thing for my daughters. And actually, I do get our car detailed over here at the Frederick Shell Car Wash. Well,
nice.
They do a great job over there. So there you go. Just little inside personal information on me and Dani, just in case you were ever wondering. You know me. I always bring up the most important topics.
Yes. All right. Well, I have something to talk with you about.
Uh-oh, what's up?
So on TikTok or other social media, okay, there was, and I'm going to paraphrase the story. So a woman sent her young daughter to school with a bento box, lunch box. You know what those things are. Like they have the compartments and you put all different types of stuff in them. Mm-hmm. Well, her aunt bought her this bento box. It was like $50, right? And so anyway, the little girl goes to school. She comes home later that day. She doesn't have her bento box. The mom says, hey, what happened? And she said, so-and-so girl took it. And the mother said, oh, gosh, no, not happening. So she goes to the school. The mom, and the mom said, did you tell the teacher? And she said, yeah, I told the teacher. She said, don't worry about it. So the mother goes to the school, confronts the teacher, who says, it's not a big deal. Why can't the girl who took it keep it? And she's like, you are out of your mind. And the little girl tried to say, it was her lunchbox. And the mother said, open it up because I've got my daughter's name in it. And sure enough, she opened it up. It was the daughter's lunchbox, right? She told the teacher, I'm taking the lunchbox now. And the teacher says, oh, can't you just wait till after lunch? She's got all her stuff in it. And the mother says, I absolutely will not. Give me the box. And so people are freaking out on both sides on social media at this, okay? Now, so if your daughter had anything, would she, what would you do if she came home and didn't have her item?
Well, right there, what you're saying is what the problem, what society is. We're not holding the youth accountable for things like that.
Yes.
I would be extremely upset, Dani, because my children, both my children, just like yours, were raised to not take, to love one another and not be a bully. And this actually, something similar happened, and I'll make this a quick story because I know we got news, but my daughter was in second grade. She had a little a toy attached to her book bag. I don't remember exactly what it was, but somebody in her class broke that toy off her book bag, and my daughter came home crying. And you want to talk about livid? I was livid. Now that teacher who just disregarded it, okay, look, I love teachers, I respect teachers, but your job as a teacher is to make your students feel comfortable, not just educate them, but to make them feel comfortable.
Well, just reinforcing right and wrong.
Absolutely.
Right and wrong. And to be honest, the girl who took the lunchbox, when she brought that home, I'd say, if that were me, I would have been like, where'd you get this? This is not yours. Like, again,
Absolutely.
So there's no consequences, no right and wrong anymore. The fact that we're just kind of like, oh, well, she doesn't have something like this. Just let her have it. Sorry. We work hard for our stuff. The one thing I tried to instill in our children is a respect for money. You know, you work hard for things. When you buy things, you treat them with respect and you appreciate what you have. And, you know, this idea that we have in this country that everyone deserves the same stuff, no matter whether they are productive members of society or not, is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because the people who produce will get sick and tired of carrying everybody else who's not doing anything. And I'd be outraged. I would Absolutely. Be ropeable if this happened.
I agree with you 100%, and that teacher is 110% wrong. And I couldn't agree with you what you said. You know, look, you know, I don't have a multi-million-dollar house. I'm happy with the house I have. I don't begrudge anybody who has $1 million house. They work for it. They work hard. You know, Howard Stern. I'm not a big fan of Howard Stern. He's in radio. He's a lot more loaded than I am, obviously. But I don't begrudge him for all the hard work he put in there. So I agree 110%. That's the issue with society is we're not holding children accountable. It's going up to adults. I mean, you take a look at people who are being released in prison. I use my hometown, New York City. You know, and again, I don't want to get – this is not a political show, so I'm not going to do all about that. But I'm just going to give my opinion. You know, when you go into New York, people are being let out of prisons that should be in prisons. So, again, it goes back to holding people responsible for their actions. It should happen when you're a kid, and it should happen when you're an adult in life. And again, I won't get too much into it, but good topic, Dani. And of course, we'd love to hear what other people think. What you think out there. That's most important.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love to know what our viewers think about that. But all right, without further ado, because I know you got lots going on, what is happening locally?
So, you know, I reported yesterday about that double two bodies found.
Oh, yes. What was the outcome?
There is an update on that. The Frederick County Sheriff's Office has identified the victims who were found deceased in a home. Again, it was 7,000 block of Manalong Court in Newmarket. And one of the victims is Crimea Maltia Baker, 33 of Newmarket, and Sean Anthony Lang, 34 of Arlington, Virginia. They were found on August 25th at approximately 7 a.m. Frederick County Sheriff's deputies were called to that residence. Responding deputies found the deceased victims shot multiple times in an upstairs bedroom. Preliminary investigation indicates the victims were shot at approximately 1:30 a.m. 4 children were also found inside the home. They were unarmed. Detectives believe the victims were living together at the time of their murders. Baker is the mother of all 4 children found inside the home. Lang is the father of one of the children. The Frederick County Sheriff's Office is now investigating the case as a double murder.
Holy cow! Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So somebody, I originally I thought it might have been a murder suicide, but you're saying somebody came in and killed those people.
That's what it seems like possibly. Now, there's no indication that this was a random killing.
No, it is not. I'm telling you right now, it's either the ex-husband or I don't know. There is a
scary
girl, something. That's nuts.
And those poor children, obviously, they're going to be scarred for life. Now, the detectives have not yet identified a suspect involved in the case, but you can always, we'll be updating the story on WFMD.com, and I'm going to try to see if I can get on Sheriff Chuck Jenkins to see if there's any updates tomorrow morning. But again, obviously the 2 parents who were murdered, but those poor kids, they're going to need years and years of counseling, and even that might not help them. So our thoughts are with those poor kids.
Yeah, awful.
So as you well know, all over the news, there was a building fire in downtown Frederick.
Yes, I was downtown yesterday. Nuts. So
was it the traffic must have been brutal? I wasn't down there. The traffic must have been brutal down there. The call went out at 9:27 a.m. At the 100 block of North Market Street for a building fire with entrapment. Firefighters arriving at the scene saw smoke coming from 2 buildings and requested the Rapid Intervention Dispatch and Fire Task Force, which brought additional firefighters to the scene. The 2 buildings house the River Bar and Grill, 137 Tequila Bar and Grill, in front of the apartment units in the rear. County Fire and Rescue officials say that the search got underway for people inside the building. 2 individuals who were on the roofs of the buildings were rescued, and 2 additional occupants were assisted in getting out. Fire officials say the fire was brought under control and declared extinguished within 20 minutes due to an aggressive attack by the firefighters. Of course, never forget our firefighters' amazing work and truly are heroes. 1 person was evaluated for injuries but refused treatment. 11 people were displaced and are being assisted by the American Red Cross. During firefighter operations, Frederick police closed off Market Street, Church, and 3rd Streets downtown, which again must have made a traffic killer. You were down there, like you said.
Yeah, well, I was down at Frederick Social, so I was way south of it. But while I was there talking with Audie, a young lady came in who lived was just evacuated. So awful, because she was only able to grab a gym bag, basically, and throw some stuff in it, and that's all she had. I mean, awful, terrible, and I don't know what's going on downtown. I mean, this is like the 3rd fire in 2 years or something?
Well, it might be too. And again, obviously, I'm not a firefighter or anything, but maybe because a lot of these buildings are so old, electrical issues. And of course,
that's what we were saying, is that when somebody moves out of one of the units, they should have to upgrade as much as possible everything in there.
Well, you take a look at, not to change the subject, but Asiana, which has been vacant now for so long, before and we had Michael Mayor O'Connor, I had him on the show yesterday talking about it. I mean, you want to talk, that's been vacant for what, 15 years, maybe longer, something like that. And, if a new business moves in there, talk about upgrading, they got to upgrade everything in that business over there.
I mean, I don't want to divert. I know you have, but we need to talk about that woman that owns those properties downtown and look, I get it's a private ownership, and typically I would not be for forcing anyone to do anything with privately owned property. However, that space in downtown Frederick is right smack in the middle. I mean, even with HOAs, you have to maintain some semblance of, the look and feel of a city. I just think it's crazy that there's nothing we can do about it.
And I'm with you on that. Again, I'm not into government, taking over things like that. But you've got, businesses close by that could have roach issues or rat issues. I'm not saying they do have those issues, those businesses close by, but when you share a wall with other businesses, that can happen. So that needs to be looked into. It gets to a point where, yes, the city does have to do something. Great topics, as always, we get into. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice here. Take a quick look at weather. And it's going to be a hot one today.
All right.
Sorry about that. Partly cloudy and humid. High of 100 today. And tonight, some clouds. A stray thunderstorm is possible. Low of 72. So the point, it is going to be hot, Dani. It's going to be extremely hot out there. So make sure you stay hydrated. And tomorrow, mix of clouds. 89, high of 89. Tomorrow night, thunderstorms during the evening, followed by occasional showers. Low of 68 tomorrow. And real quickly, we'll take a look at sports. Of course, we know the Orioles and Yankees race for the AL East is heating up. The Orioles beat the Dodgers yesterday 3-2, or I should say last night 3-2. They were on the West Coast. The Nationals beat the New York Yankees 4-2. The O's take on the Dodgers again tonight. First pitch again is at 10:10, so if you're willing to stay up to watch that game, it'll be on tonight. The Nats take on the Yankees again. First pitch is at 6:45. Now with the O's winning and the Yankees losing, they pick up a game on the AL East leading Yankees. The O's are only a game back now. So it's going to be a fun rest of the season, home stretch for the O's in the Major League Baseball season. And my apologies here about losing my voice.
It's always something. It's always something. Yeah, it's all good. All right, well, go get some rest, drink some tea, and I will see you later.
Have a great day, my friend.
You too. All right. Oh, boy. Kind of diverted. We kind of diverted off of everything, but that's okay. Important topics, and I'd love to know what you guys think about them. I'll read all those comments very soon. All right. Quickly to giveaways, we've got those 2 tickets to Troy Fest, which is next Saturday. We have the family 4-pack of tickets to Gaver Farm. We've got your Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. We've got your Tree Trekkers 3-hour adventure ticket and 4 tickets to any game with the Frederick Keys this weekend, Friday to Wednesday. They are at home. If you want those tickets, just text 888-465-2944 and they are yours. All right. Woo, quick break. Then it's all the events in Frederick from the best calendar in the region. And we've got local author Julie Castillo, Catherine Dilley from the station, and Meghan Sweigart from Tech Frederick. All of that comes up right after this.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining family beyond compare.
Well, it is time to talk about what is happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Intense Barbecue, family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company. They cook in small batches to ensure food is as fresh as it can be. You can find them at intensebarbecue.com. That's I-N, the number 1, number 0, S-E, barbecue.com. Satisfy your meat tooth. Wanted to take a moment to wish Rob and Robin, owners of Intense Barbecue, a very happy birthday for, well, I don't know exactly what day their birthday is. It's the same day, though, which is really fun. And we're celebrating with them this weekend. So just want to wish them a very happy birthday. If you get a chance to get some intense barbecue, please do it. The food truck is awesome. However, if you're looking to cater an event, even something small, maybe a family reunion, maybe you just want to pick up some of their food, you can do that. Or they will actually cater with waiters and waitresses and all that good stuff. They do weddings, they do family gatherings, all of that. Shannon had them at our grand opening in April. So anyway, intense barbecue, best ever. All right, if you want to know what's happening in Frederick, check out the Everything Frederick calendar, which right now you can find that at promocircus.com. Click on Everything Frederick Live and calendar of events. Look, I am working to maybe get just a separate page for this. We're working on some things there, but don't have it yet. So this is where you have to go currently. I also do post the link a lot of times in the groups, Everything Frederick and more, and all the other ones as well. All right, and I think I might have it pinned to Good Morning Frederick. If not, I will do that. That'll be an easy thing to do. All right, here is Wednesday, which is today. If you have a pet you need to get microchipped, you can take them over to Frederick County Animal Control on Rosemont Avenue between 10 and 3 today. Just $20, and you can make sure if your pet gets lost that people have a way of getting them back to you. This is really, really important if you have indoor-outdoor pets, or certainly always outdoor pets. So you want to make sure and get them microchipped, and if they are not, you can do that today. Let's see. Don't forget, you can pick up fresh produce. If you don't want to wait for a farmer's market, you can head to Fingerboard Farm every single day, 11 to 5:30. They have organic produce, and I'm telling you, that place down there is wonderful. And take the kids, because they have some goats out there and ducks and chickens, and they have some really, really gorgeous peacocks that you can take a look at. And if you're really sweet and you say hi to Tiffany, she'll probably give you a feather from one of the peacocks, which is awesome. Let's see, Thursday, of course, it is an Alive at 5 day, but you can kick off the morning by doing some yoga at the Carroll Creek Outdoor Amphitheater. Is 7 a.m. right down there. Start your day off with some stretches. Oh my goodness, that would be so nice. You can get more details on the calendar there as well for that, but that is every Thursday morning before Live at 5. So that will be going until early October. Let's see. There is a Women's Business Network happy hour today at Delicia Cafe, which is at 14 East Patrick Street. If you want to do some networking with some other ladies, you can head there. I am going to be there for a little bit, and then I get to have dinner with Julie Gaver and the other people who collected more than 100 pairs of shoes. So on behalf of all of you who helped me to get to 300 pairs of shoes, or close to it, 285. I'm definitely going to go toward 300 next year. But for all of you that helped, I could not have done it without you. Mama Cone and I had a great time shopping for shoes and also delivering those over there. Okay, so Alive at 5 is tonight, 5 p.m., 21 and up to get in. If you just want to listen to the music, let's see, it is Nick Fry and the Sons of Thunder today. You can sit over on the library side, take a blanket, take some chairs, and enjoy the music. And you can head over to Alive at 5. $6 beverages, can't beat that. Always some food trucks there as well, in case you want to get something to eat. Let's see, on Friday, the Fall Fun Festival at Gaver Farm kicks off on Friday. Remember, we talked about that. If you want to go to a petting zoo to feed the animals, they have over 60 attractions, including a giant slide and playgrounds, mini mazes, and more. It is getting to be that time of year, so if you are ready for it, head down to Gaver Farm. And again, you can win those tickets. I'm happy to give them to you for free. How about learning Mahjong? So my girlfriends and I here in the neighborhood thought, oh yeah, let's learn this game and we'll start playing it. Because I've never played bunco. I've never done anything like that where ladies get together like once a week, bridge, play. I've never ever done that. And originally I thought, oh, that would be fun. I'd like to do that. I do not understand Mahjong. And my husband was like, oh, it's just like gin rummy, but with, these domino looking things. It is not. It is not at all like that. First of all, you have to get used to the characters, what they are anyway. But if you want to learn, and I bet these guys are going to teach way better than we were just trying to watch YouTube and reading. We weren't with anybody who knew how to play. That is probably problem number one. But anyway, the library is going to teach you how to play, and it's hosted by the Asian American Center of Frederick. I am sure there will be some experts there to give you the how-to so simply. That's at 1 o'clock on Friday. Family nights in the park. Again, we talked about this yesterday. It is with Parks and Rec, with Frederick City, and actually, I didn't even realize they were here at Kellerton, August 9th. I didn't even know about it. But on the 30th, they are at the city pool, and they're going to be playing Moana if you want to head down there for that. All right, Saturday, tons of stuff going on. The Maryland Renaissance Festival has started. If you didn't see, I saw a lot of social about the opening last, I think a week or two ago, but you can head down to, I've never been to the Renaissance Festival either. There's some walking tours with the National Museum of Civil War Medicine. Oh, I'm telling you again, if you have people coming into town or if you've never learned about the history of Frederick, that could be very cool. I added so many things. There is an opening reception for Dwellings. It's the Frederick Arts Council. It is going to be a juried group show. It kicks off with the reception on Saturday, and then Tuesday through Saturday every week, they will have that exhibit available for you to go see, which is awesome. I love the arts community we have here in Frederick. And we're going to be talking to Julie Castillo in just a minute, but the Long Man's Pillow book launch is Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. If you would like to attend, you can do that as well. And then on Sunday, it is September 1st. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. And remember, this is Labor Day weekend, so double check everything on the calendar to make sure it is actually happening, because a lot of these things are repeated, and I'm not sure if people are having them. So I'll put that proviso out first. Let's see. We've got lots of things. You got the autumn excursion train rides with Walkersville Southern Railroad. You've got the paint your own vase at Dancing Bear Toys and Games on Saturday, 1 to 3 p.m. You've also got the Frederick Keys, our home, at 6 o'clock. They take on West Virginia. This is the last weekend that they will be playing here. Now, they play through Wednesday. Monday is Labor Day. So please make sure you check that all of these things are happening. I am going to guess that the library ones are not, but I do not know. So you want to double check to make sure if you want to do anything on Labor Day Monday, all right? And if you're heading out of town this weekend, let me know where you're going. Oh, I forgot to mention, let's see, this Saturday, it is August 31st from noon. You want to head to Newmarket. Here we go. Play Music on the Porch Day is happening on Main Street in Newmarket. We want to thank Brooke Fox and the Faces of Newmarket for putting that on, noon to 3. They got musicians playing. There'll be refreshments served as well. I didn't know this was a thing, but it is a thing. It is worldwide, actually. Play Music on Your Porch Day this Saturday. So if you can't head to Newmarket, turn on some tunes and enjoy some music until, the neighbors tell you to turn it down. All right, I want you to put these dates on your calendar. We'll be talking about them soon. The Cozy Castle, September 12th, they're hosting a tea and tour. And Key City Foundation is having their October Fest Fun Run, 5K Fun Run on October 5th. So if you look at the calendar on that date and you want to register, you can save 10%. All right, just remember, this is where everything is. And if you have an event you want included on the calendar, just email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. Or maybe you see an event on social that I don't have. Please tag me in it and I'll do my best to add it. If you have an event you want me to talk about it, it's just $25 for 5 days or $40 for 10 days. And you can reach out to me with questions about that. All right, let's talk about people of Frederick. People of Frederick, sponsored by the Healing Storm. Shannon and her team strive to create an environment where you're seen, heard, and valued. They focus on alternative holistic healing methods to relieve your stress and pain, including massage therapy, Reiki, lymphatic massage, and a healing journey program. Check out thehealingstorm.com for all the details and to schedule an appointment right online. I get my massages there. It's very nice. And Shannon has a whole line of infused oils that all do something a little bit different. Some are calming, some are stress relief, and we have them at the home of Everything Frederick. So you can, of course, go to the Healing Storm directly to get them, or you can come down to the home of Everything Frederick when the shop is open and pick them up there. Julie Castillo has been writing since she was a child. She's done screenplays, ghostwriting, and now has written a book called Long Man's Pillow. She's launching this Saturday, and she's here to talk about it. Here is Julie Castillo. I'm excited to welcome author Julie Castillo. Is a Maryland and Frederick resident who not only teaches at FCC, but is a writer. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you so much for having me today, Dani.
Well, I'm very excited. I think I saw that I got in touch with you. I think I saw you were having an event, or you had talked about your book, The Long Man's Pillow. Tell me a little bit about your writing history, and then we'll talk about the book specifically.
Okay, in terms of my writing history, I was fortunate to have a mom who read to me from a very early age, and I fell in love with stories when I was a little kid, and I always wanted to be a writer. Where I began professionally was out in Los Angeles. I used to write coverage for screenplays, and I segued from there into doing story coaching and editorial work and a variety of other things, and eventually kind of went from there into teaching creative writing. I've been a ghostwriter as well, and I've co-authored other books with other people, but this is my first solo authored novel.
Well, congratulations on that. Let me ask you a little bit about ghostwriting. So that is when you write under another name, correct?
No, that's when you write a book for someone else. They come with the idea, and you provide the wordsmithing. So basically, I write the words for whatever it is they want to say.
Well, how hard is that?
It wasn't all that hard. I didn't find it really that hard. It was kind of fun.
Wow. Okay. So they kind of have the idea and the outline and the stuff, and then you put it all together.
Exactly.
Very, very cool. And then you were writing while you were in LA for all of that, like the screenplays and things like that. How was that experience?
It was interesting. I wouldn't say I recommend screenplays as a thing to read. You know, they're not really that fun to read. And I read a lot of bad stuff, to be perfectly honest. Most of them were pretty bad. But when you find that one gem, you know, that's exciting.
Did you ever find that one gem?
Once or twice, I found one that I thought was really good. I recommended it, and it went on to get made. I don't think I was the one who made the decision, but the fact that I recommended it helped it move along.
Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting. Okay, and now you've written your own, The Long Man's Pillow. is coming out. You have a launch party at the end of this month. Tell me a little bit about this story.
Okay, so strange name, I know. I'll explain the name in a moment. But it basically goes like this. In the midst of a catastrophic drought that cripples the eastern United States, a young woman inherits a spring on a West Virginia mountainside. And when her spring becomes the only source of water for both the local people and all of the refugees that come pouring into the area, she faces life and death decisions over who will drink and who will die.
Wow. Okay. So that is quite interesting. Putting somebody being in that position, but it could seriously be something that people face, in the world. Interesting stuff. So what made you this subject matter? What was interesting about it to you, or this conundrum, I guess? What made you go this route?
Well, the idea originally started as a dream. There was one night several years ago, I had a dream about looking for a drink of water. I was wandering around in the woods and I found these 3 wells and I could only drink from one of them. And I woke up and I thought, there's a story in that.
That's pretty good that it was delivered to you in that way and you came from it. Okay, what is with the title?
Okay, the Long Man's Pillow refers to a Cherokee concept of so a river is like a long man with his head in the mountains and his feet in the sea. And so the young lady who finds the spring on her land thinks, okay, so if the mountain is if the spring is his head, then my land would be the pillow that he rests his head on. And the townsfolk tell her she can name the spring. If you find water, you get to name the source of the water. And so she calls it the Long Man's Pillow. And of course, everybody thinks this is a really strange name.
Well, until you describe it. So exactly that. I totally now understand and picture, and it makes a lot of sense. So I love it. So you are doing a launch party on August 31st. Do you have details about that you can share?
Yes, I can tell you a little bit about what we'll be doing. I'll be screening my book trailer, and we'll have a trivia contest. There's probably going to be a door prize and a reading and possibly a discussion. And details about the event are going to be on local Frederick calendars, so you can look it up there and see how to get to it and how to RSVP.
Awesome. Well, we will be sure to share that as well. What would you recommend for young people who are, love to write as you did? And do you have any tips for them, on how they can continue to enjoy this craft?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. I would say just write from your heart. Just let it flow. Don't judge yourself too much. Give yourself freedom on the page to express whatever is in your heart, whatever's on your mind.
Yeah, that's great advice. What is your technique, I guess? Do you kind of first of all, do you write by hand or are you on computer?
Mostly I write straight into the computer, although from time to time I do write by hand. A fair number of my students have said they much prefer to write by hand their first draft. They get a different voice when they write like that, and then editing begins when they type it into the computer.
Very interesting. My handwriting is so awful now just because I've been on computers so long, but I can understand kind of that different mindset when you're handwriting something. Do you have any techniques for keeping track of everything you're writing about? Like when you describe a character, or are you kind of basing some of these on real people in your lives that it makes it easy to recall?
Ooh, excellent question. I do tend to write from an outline. I guess that's a leftover from days when I wrote what other people wanted me to write. I had to make sure I was getting it right. There's in the writing world, we talk about pantsers versus outliners, people who write from the seat of their pants versus people who plan everything out and then write to that plan. I tend to be more on the outline side of things. Some of my students even create Excel spreadsheets to track every single scene that they're writing. Either way produces a good book. It's all depending on, what works best for you. In terms of the inspiration for the characters in the book, I can tell you that to create them, I borrowed something from gamers, something that's called the alignment system. And it's a way of sort of getting at different perspectives on things. I wanted to create a group of quirky townsfolk who had different perspectives on this question of who should have the water. And so I used that to create a whole lot of different perspectives, everything from chaotic evil to chaotic good, lawful evil. There's the way that it works, it ends up with 9 different types. So it was a fun way to kind of create different perspectives for these town folks.
That's awesome. And I think it really gives you that opportunity to live in each character, dealing with each one of those perspectives, right? It's, if you wanted to be the evil character or the absolutely good character, that would be kind of a lot of fun. I think it would be exhausting at the end of the day, but fun nonetheless. Well, look, we wish you all the best. Where can people purchase the book now?
You can go into any bookstore and order it right now. It comes out officially on the 20th, but you can place an order for it now. Any bookstore can order it for you, or you can get it online directly from the publisher. You can get it through Amazon as well. The publisher is Regal House Publishers. So many different ways that you can order it.
Yeah, we like to give everybody a choice on that. Well, Julie, we really wish you all the success. I think the story is phenomenal. Can't wait to hear more about it. And I will make sure and share the details for the launch party on August 31st. Julie Castillo, The Long Man's Pillow, thank you so much for your time today.
Dani, thank you so much for having me.
What a crazy idea for a book. First of all, to dream it, remember it, and write a book about it. That's kind of cool, but it is kind of frightening to think about that could happen. All right, quick break. Then we're back with Catherine Dilley from the station and Meghan Sweigart from Tech Frederick. It's all coming up right after this.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves. Double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art Splatter Room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they're right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specialize in roofing, siding, windows. They'll also take care of your gutters, patios, and decks. You can call A&S at 301-703-2157, or you can visit them online at ansconstruction.net and send them an email. You can send Sandra an email, say, hey, I saw you on Good Morning Frederick. I want to save $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or maybe I just need my deck or patio repaired. I'd like to save $50 off of that, even though she just said $50 off any roof repairs. Sandra's a good girl, and she will pass along that savings to you. I know she will. Let her know I sent you and I said so. All right. Let's talk about who is making this Frederick market great. Hard to believe we're just about 2 weeks away from the Great Frederick Fair, coming September 13th to the 21st, and, it's going to be a ton of fun. Now, there's some great artists appearing at the fair. Flo Rida, Bachman Turner Overdrive, Tracy Lawrence with Sarah Evans, the Beach Boys, Riley Green, Casting Crowns. Or you can go for the tractor pull and demo derbies, which 2 nights of that. And obviously, when you purchase those tickets for those events, you get admission into the fair. And remember that interview we had yesterday with Karen. Tons of free things to do while you're at the fair and tons of ways that you can save money on your admission. Right now, purchase a Jack Pass. Purchase a Jack Pass so that you can save a little bit before heading in. I think that includes your admission and a ride wristband. And I think it's $30. I think that's $30. And don't forget, if your child is 10 or under, they get in free every single day. So if you do something like the Jack Pass, where admission comes with it, you can use the admission and your child can use the ride wristband. Plus, you can go in for lunch for free until 3 o'clock. I think it's 11 to 3. You can enter that way. And then carload night, don't forget that. You can, I think it's $60 per carload, and you can have up to however many people you can fit legally belted into your car. All right, Catherine had, for all the details for that, greatfrederickfair.com. Catherine's been farming for years and has been known for her fresh produce and breads. She's now bringing all of that to the corner of Bentz and 7th Streets in downtown Frederick with The Station. It soft opened at the end of last week, and I visited her as she was still in the construction phase. But here is Catherine. I'm on the corner of 7th and Bentz, right? We're at 7th and Bentz. I'm with Catherine. You are a farm owner here in Frederick who decided to take this abandoned gas station and make it The Station.
Yes.
Exactly. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're almost there.
I know. Long time coming, I understand, but what a great concept. So you're really going to do farm to table in the station with food, like a sandwiches and things like that, or
we might do sandwiches. Yeah, I mean, eventually sandwiches. We're going to start off with some just simple things like soup, maybe some quiche, pastries. You just kind of go from there. I do like to bake bread, so a little bit here and there.
Nice.
Maybe some vegetables from the farm with some hummus and house-made pitas or crackers, or just little things to nibble on, have a lunch, some breakfast items, and then we'll just kind of go from there, see what people are looking for. But what I've been doing so far from the farm kitchen is a lot of cookies and some breads, and so I just want to build on that.
Yeah. That's exciting. Thanks. And you have, what a great space, honestly. I mean, just the actual property itself takes up the whole corner. So easy to see and spot. You've got right now some other vendors coming in as a farmer's market and things. Is that going to continue?
Yes, absolutely.
That's really nice.
So we've got this huge parking lot. I mean, we have almost 18,000 square feet here total. The building is not even 1,000.
Yeah.
It's a tiny building. So this parking lot, we just want to make use of it. We want other vendors to come, utilize this great location, the space. So we've got Saturday markets. We've started to have Tuesday markets as well, and I'm just kind of building on that as long as there's interest from both the vendors and the consumers.
Yeah.
We'll just keep going with that. The whole design of the outside canopy space was around this idea of having other vendors come in and have markets, and just maybe we'll do some pop-ups. So we'll see how it goes as people.
I mean, that's wonderful, because I know that there are a lot of small businesses, artisans who are always looking for ways to get their stuff out, right?
Yes.
And space to do that.
Exactly.
And no better way than doing it so close to downtown. I mean, you are downtown really, but just up at 7th and Bentz. So that's fantastic.
We're on this this busy intersection, which is catches the flow of traffic that's heading towards the heart of downtown. People coming from downtown, maybe going to the hospital or Hood College. So we feel like it's the perfect spot to just get a lot of different people passing through.
Any particular things that you guys grow on your farm that you really kind of specialize in, or you're just kind of
I grow everything that we can possibly. Like, I mean, that's my so my partner, is just like kind of goes with it. It's like I'm like, if I can grow it, I want to have it there. I would say the things that people know us for are tomatoes and peppers.
Okay.
We grow lots of tomatoes and peppers, and a lot of that comes from just our love of tomatoes and peppers. I like, if I want to eat it, I want to grow it.
Yeah.
But also then I started making sauces and things out of tomatoes and peppers, and that really grew. Like, there's been a lot. The years I've been doing this, of interest in my hot sauces and ketchup and barbecue sauce, so those all take tomatoes and peppers, so then you just grow a lot more of that. And then, so what I can't sell fresh, I just turn it into other products, basically.
And do you can and do all of that as well? Very
so
good.
I have a licensed kitchen. I'm licensed as a food processor, so I can do that, and I'm also expanding that to here, so the kitchen here can also expand on that. So I do all sorts of sauces and jams, dried like herbs and vegetables, herbal teas. Again, all that will be here as well. So just kind of taking what I do already at the farm and expanding on it here.
And you expect to have kind of like, I don't want to say gift shop, but a shop, this will be a place where people can come purchase those sorts of things like local honeys and syrups and all these great things that you're talking about.
Absolutely. So if I am going to be baking with some honey, I want to put some jars of that honey on the shelf as well, or local maple syrup, put some jars out there. So I'm trying to transition my baked goods to more local sweeteners like that. I'm still going to be stuck with using some cane sugar, but I want to use local ingredients as much as possible, and then put it out on the shelf for people to come and buy that, so they can take it home and use it as well. And that goes for the flours that I'm using, whether it's like whole wheat or corn flour, buckwheat, anything like that. If I'm going to be using it, I might as well also allow my customers to buy that ingredient and take it home. Because I already had people asking me that when I would be selling my baked goods, and I would say, oh, it's, I'm using this local flour. They're like, oh, where do you buy that? And I would be telling them where to go buy it, but now I can say it, and it's right here.
You can come right in. You can come right in and get it. So you're hoping within a week or so to be open to the public. Do you have I know you're on social. I've seen your Facebook. You have a website as well?
We do, yeah. It's a little bit under construction still, but it's thestationmarketandcafe.com.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, our farm is Eater's Acres, and then so this is a whole new website. We're still very tied to the farm, but we're also trying to new identity as well.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And you said you purchased the farm in 2016?
Yes.
So you've been a part of the community and just really kind of getting your feet wet from that side of things, the growing and producing, and now you're going to be, right in downtown, extending the reach of that farm, which is fantastic. Well, if there was one thing you'd want Frederick viewers to know about the station, what would it be?
One thing. We're here for the community. We're here to be a part of the community, support the community. We have been well supported already by the community, and that's what we want to be, is that a place that people can come and get some really good food, but also hang out, whether, come be a vendor, shop with the other vendors, have all of those different parts of just being a part of the Frederick community.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool thing. I don't know.
It's hard to summarize all that. Yeah.
You got to come try the locally grown produce and baked goods and meet Catherine. I think she will really appreciate when people are filling this place and not construction equipment.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. All right, they are now open. So coffee shop-ish and lots of fresh produce. All right, finally today, though she admits she's not very techy, Meghan Sweigart has a ton of experience needed for an executive director to take Tech Frederick to the next level. In March of 2023, she joined the organization, has been expanding the network, raising awareness, and creating new partnerships. And if you like to have a good time, Meghan invites you to Tech Frederick Games coming in October. Here's Meghan. 401 North Market Street with Meghan Sweigart. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. Another Key City Rotarian and Tech Games Extraordinaire Director.
Yeah, where?
Yes. So tell me a little bit about, and one of the nice things about interviewing my Rotarians, my fellow Rotarians, is finding out a little bit more about who they are, because, I kind of only know on the surface. So tell me a little bit about your background
Okay.
and how you got to run the Tech Games.
Well, so to be fair, I am Tech Games is one piece of Tech Frederick. So I'm the executive director of Tech Frederick. I always joke they did not hire me for my tech skills. We would hire your husband for the tech skills.
Yeah.
That's not my area of expertise, but I've been working in Frederick. I've worked in various places. I started my Frederick career at Searsville Mansion
Oh, okay.
as an event planner. So I worked a lot of weekends and weddings, and I met so many people, made so many connections during the corporate events. I loved the corporate events, the fundraisers. We transformed the mansion in so many different ways
Yeah.
for various events. So I loved that. From there, I accepted a position that allowed me to have my weekend at the Chamber of Commerce. I was their director of events,
Okay.
and I left and went to the hospital. So I was at the development office for almost 6 years.
Wow. Okay.
I worked for a national organization before I found out about Tech Frederick. And
Holy cow.
I missed here. I joined Key City Rotary when I worked for Skills USA, which is a national organization, but I missed my connections in Frederick.
Yeah.
So that's what attracted me to Key City, that I could still keep those connections, those friendships. And this job at Tech Frederick came up, and I really took my time, talked to people to learn more about it. And I felt like I was at a point in my career that this was exciting. I could do this. It's a small nonprofit. We're a member-based organization.
Okay.
And it was exciting to kind of really expand it.
Yeah.
It was time for the next step. There had been a part-time executive director, a fantastic woman who really laid the groundwork, and so we're a small staff. I'm the first full-time executive director, and my coworker Brooke came on full-time. She'd been part-time, so we have really grown in the last year.
That's exciting.
It's been very exciting. I remember when I interviewed, one of the board members said, "You have been a part of established organizations. How do you feel about this?" And I was like, I can really establish this. We can make this our own and kind of put a new spin on it. And I would say Key City Rotary has been such a fantastic support system. for us.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, if you want 20, 25 people to show up anywhere at least, all you have to do is put out the call. It is very, very supportive.
Yes.
So tell me, what is Tech Frederick?
So Tech Frederick, so as a member-based organization, we really have expanded to show we're not just IT. Tech is not just IT. I mean, look, we're sitting here.
Yeah.
And how people are watching you is
Right.
technology. So tech is everywhere, in agriculture and farming. It's in doctors' offices. People are using AIs for breast cancer screenings. So tech is in every job, everywhere. I implore anyone to try to do their job without some
Right,
form
yes.
of technology. But as a member-based organization, we offer trainings to our members and non-members that would normally cost thousands, hundreds of dollars. But thanks to a grant that we received from the state of Maryland, we're able to offer these classes for usually under $100.
Oh, wow.
We were one of the largest award recipients of the EARN grant. And
Yeah,
that has been a
exciting.
huge part of who we are.
Yeah.
And we're very proud of the classes, the education we can put on. Last year, we introduced the Techie Awards.
Yes.
And that was kind of our way of wrapping up the year. We honored those that work behind the scenes. So it was very humbling, emotional. They have all the pictures of me crying.
I
They're
cry
not
every
good.
time.
They're not
every
good.
time I give an award, I cry. So
Yeah.
it's good. I understand.
But we recognize those that, who developed an app at the YMCA. You don't think of that person. You just think, I got here and I'm scanning my
Yeah.
app. The same with the transit bus. The gentleman who won the award created the mapping system so you can track in real time.
Did not even know that
Didn't even
existed.
think right.
Yeah.
And so he was honored and recognized. We did a Lifetime Achievement Award, kind of like a
Nice.
Rookie of the Year. But we also honored an educator and a student. So we
Very
tried to
cool.
do from your beginning your STEM career towards
Yeah.
ending your STEM career. And I'm very excited for that. And that'll be in December. And then throughout the year, we have different networking events. We have breakfast events. We have happy hours.
So do you guys have a place where you do all these trainings and things?
We like to leverage our community partners, so we often will hold them at Goodwill.
Oh yeah,
They're
that's
huge
great
partners.
space.
It's beautiful.
Oh gosh,
or some of them are virtual
Yeah,
as well.
okay.
So when you need your own computer to do that work, some of these skills are way over my head, but they use their computers and they're able to interact online.
Yeah. And how is that with not being techie and running tech? Look, I get it. Like, there's a lot of people I meet today that aren't. I mean, obviously I'm married to a nerdy tech guy, and I'm a nerdy tech person. I love tech, but what is that like? Is that sometimes, are you just like, what
I do.
is
I
happening?
Google a lot of things,
Yeah.
and I ask it. But I have an amazing board of directors,
Yeah.
and they enlighten us often, and they clap for us when we understand things. I thought I had, like the basic understanding of things. I'm not anti-tech
No.
in any way, but it's the different skill sets and the different classes that we offer.
Yeah.
Those, like, we are typing these things up, and then they sound very foreign to me. So we have a great committee member, and it's such a wonderful board that will help translate what a lot of these are, or who our target audience is, because that's all different. Are we looking at software developers? Are we looking at IT professionals, website developers? So who are we looking for?
Yeah.
But we also recognize the need to educate those who are selling the software. So we have an upcoming sales training class.
Awesome.
We did an effective communicator class. So those I can sit in and understand.
Yes.
And they really make a lot of sense. And so many people are utilizing those, not just the IT department, but it helps the rest of their company as well.
Yeah, sure. I mean, anytime that you can support somebody in your organization by just understanding the basics, it's really helpful, right?
Exactly.
It's going to make everybody more successful.
Yes.
How can somebody find out more about becoming a member or some of these classes?
We have our website's at techfrederick.org. It is currently, you can't tell. They do that on the back end. It's under construction, but Arachnid Works is working very hard on creating a brand new modern website for us.
So nice.
So right now, everything's still there, techfrederick.org. We've got classes. We have our crazy tech games.
Yes. When are they coming?
So October 4th.
Okay.
It is, I would best describe it as an adult-style field day.
Yeah.
I know you're familiar.
I am familiar. I think I might need to participate this year.
Oh,
I
I
have
love
to
that.
help. Maybe I'll help you MC or do some fun stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's this is our 9th year for Tech Games, and it came around as team building. And you come in and we have some brain games, but a lot of physical games as well. Last year we had human bowling, like a Hungry Hippos, which was way harder than I thought it would be. We also did monotunes, which was a fan favorite, and that is coming back this year, but our volunteer read song lyrics in a monotone voice.
Wow.
That would be hard for you.
That would be hard. That would be very hard because you'd be like, oh my gosh, I recognize the words, but I just can't. Yeah, that's great.
And then we had an 80s theme. So this year we are bringing back monotunes because it was so popular, but we are continuing with the theme. We're doing a 90s theme.
Okay.
So we'll have Guess Who. We're doing A Price is Right, but it'll all be 90s groceries and items from the 90s.
Fun.
And then we do have some physical games. We'll have this big gladiator joust. So the thought behind it too was you learn so much about your coworker outside of the office.
Yeah.
And human bowling, that's a whole trust thing when they were bowling.
Well, I always think getting people outside the office in a fun atmosphere really does, it does affect the way that the team works, and it's great. So, can people sign up for this?
Yes.
Is it okay?
Yep. It's still available for registration. We have sponsorships, registrations. We hope we will see probably over 200 people in Baker Park that day.
Oh wow!
We end the day with a food eating contest. It's not my favorite, but. We'll end the day with that. The mayor usually comes and he counts everybody down.
Awesome.
So it is a very community-oriented event. You see so many people from outside. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to work in tech to belong. There are people from commercial real estate agents, bankers, to your IT, software development.
Awesome.
people. So it does bring out a lot. Last year we did instead of the newlywed game, we did how well do you know your coworker?
Oh boy.
It was tough, especially in this virtual world.
Yes.
You don't know your coworker's coffee order
No.
like you used to.
Yeah.
So that was way harder than we expected, but fun and entertaining.
Really great. That's really great. Well, that's really amazing. I
Yes.
think the path that you've taken to get here, the skills that you're bringing to it are probably very fresh and I would say welcomed to the board. I would say
it's
that
been
they
really
would
fun.
probably think. And we look forward to Tech Frederick Games.
Yes.
Tech Frederick, anyway, for training, any resources that you might need, reach out, techfrederick.org. Meghan Sweigart, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Want to thank her. Can't wait for October for that. All right. Coming up on tomorrow's show, Stephen Hartman from Heart Home Solutions, Joel Ramirez and Colby Krieger from Frederick Skyline Soccer Team. Oh my gosh, I have to sneeze. Oh, Lord. There we go. That's 100% professional right there. Photographer and cinematographer Jennifer Variale and the Peter King George oh gosh, George, I'm sorry. You know, he's Greek. It's Gregorakos. Gregorakos, I think, is close as I'm going to get to that. The Pita King. Amazing food. All right, tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick. Have an amazing hump day. Get out there. Let's be great, Frederick.